What's up, guys? It's your boys Wokey back at it with another Chris Watts video, but this one is a whole bunch of different miscellaneous stuff that we haven't ever even apparently heard, seen, or witnessed. And you guys have been mentioning to me that I need to watch these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos, which we're gonna compile into one video because they're literally between 3 to 10 minutes long, and we're gonna watch them all together because I'm not gonna make a video for each and every one. That's just ludicrous. So grab a chair, get comfortable. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down at the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that Wokey myself has posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you so very much for the love and support that you guys continuously show on my channel. Hopefully one day we will hit 100K. But until that time, go over to Footsteps of Murder. Give her the love that she deserves for making these videos. And the videos range from the Survey 319 site, the Lazy Dog interview, a woman that goes by the name of Meadows interview, a follow-up at the Primrose School, John Tuckwiller interview, and a follow-up responded police officer agent, CBI, at Centria Health Physician Group Center. I want to watch all this with you guys at home. So without further ado, let's get into these videos. Okay. Please also leave your thoughts. Of course, I would like to see your guys' thoughts as well.
Survey 319 site, after the recovery of Shannon, Bella, and Celeste.
Look at it. Look at these tire tracks. Hold on. I'm guessing this is afterwards, but oh, it is afterwards because look at all this right here where they had dug up Shannon. But I would these tire tracks. I wish they would have looked at the tire tracks that were already there to wean out other possible vehicles, you know. Is it just video? Just video? So look, he didn't even take her out that far right there. So it's literally just visual representation. Interesting. I mean, that's not something I need to watch for 3 minutes, but...
Lazy Dog Sports Bar and Grill. On the 16th of August 18 at approximately 2:50 p.m., a Colorado Bureau of Investigation, CBI, agent Matthew Saylor responded to the Lazy Dog Sports Bar and Grill located at 3100 Village Vista Drive in Erie.
So they actually did go to the location, okay.
Colorado. On the 8th of November 18, Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger ate dinner there sometime between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. It was reported that Watts spent approximately $60 on a salmon dinner. Upon arrival, I observed video surveillance cameras throughout the restaurant. I contacted the on-duty manager, who advised me that the cameras belonged to an old system.
Oh, no! Why do you have cameras then?
And if they worked at all, they were simply live view and were not recording to anywhere. The manager told me that he could search for and give me a copy of the receipt from Watts's transaction with a credit card number, specific time, or the credit card number, but with the limited...
But that doesn't help. The video is what helps.
information I had, he would be unable.
There's actually people out there that are professional lip readers. They could have probably watched it and tried to see what they could have said during this interaction.
To locate it. I advised the manager that I would contact him if additional information that would enable us to locate the receipt was obtained, and he advised he would be more than happy to assist in any way he could. End of report.
So they literally asked for the stuff. They said that they couldn't give him anything because there was nothing to record. Why have cameras if you're not going to record? I know that they say, oh, we want to strike the scare in people thinking that we're recording, but then when things actually go sideways, they have nothing to prove. What the fudge?
CBI was asked to assist Frederick PD in a missing persons homicide case. Cassie Rosenberg, close friend of Shanann Watts, provided that Shanann and Chris Watts used Meadows, a real estate agent, to purchase their current house.
Oh, this is I thought it was a male that they were talking to.
It was learned that Chris Watts contacted Meadows on the 13th of August 2018 about selling the house. Agent Galbraith contacted Meadows by phone on the 15th of August 2018 at 19:54 p.m. Meadows told me that Shanann Watts sent her a message on Facebook Messenger on the 10th of August 2018 to tell her that she and Chris Watts were thinking about moving. She said that she would be out of town and back in town Sunday night.
They wanted to downsize, but the house that they were actually looking at was literally the same house, but a little bit cheaper.
She wanted to get together with Meadows to discuss after she returned. Shanann asked for the best sites to be looking for homes on, and Meadows sent her to Colorado and sent Shanann a mobile app to search with. Meadows then sent Shanann a follow-up message suggesting they get pre-approved for a loan to begin with. Shanann did not reply, and Meadows expected that she would once she returned to town. On Monday, the 13th of August 2018 at 8:28 a.m., and Meadows received a 3-minute phone call from Chris Watts.
So he had called her after the murders. Wow, what a douchebag.
Meadows was surprised and actually taken aback when Chris called, as it was Shanann that Meadows usually talked with about real estate. Meadows was their agent when they bought the house they were living in. She only talked with Chris maybe twice during the transaction. Chris asked Meadows if Shanann had called her yet. She told Chris that she sent her a message in Messenger and that Meadows suggested that her and Chris get pre-approved for a loan. Chris told Meadows that no one knew yet, but he and Shanann were getting divorced after not getting along for over a year.
Why would you tell that to your realtor?
Meadows was shocked and told Chris that she was sorry. He told Meadows that not even his family knows. As the day, the 13th of August 2018 progressed, Meadows sent text messages to Chris and Shanann about the house. Shanann was usually vocal on issues and Shanann was not weighing in on the group texts. Meadows justified that perhaps the divorce situation had Shanann not participating in the topic of the text. Meadows discussed homes in the neighborhood and updates to the home by text in an effort to estimate value. Meadows saw on Facebook that Shanann was missing and realized that Shanann had not weighed in all day when she was texting Chris. Meadows reached out to Chris and stated that she realized Shanann was missing and asked if he was okay. He assured Meadows that he had reported to police and she could send prayers. Meadows knew Chris and Shanann before they bought the house they live in. They were both loving to each other and seemed really in love. Shanann was lovely, sweet, and ambitious.
Oh, like not like the other people say that she's a horrible, terrible person because she lived life.
Chris was quiet and a good father. Meadows knew nothing about the Watts finances. Meadows believed that Shanann was successful with Thrive and she worked hard. I thanked Meadows for her time. Meadows forwarded screenshots of her communication with Chris and Shanann Watts.
Oh, we get to see those.
Review of the screenshots forwarded to me by Meadows. Chris Watts, 9103091.
Don't call it. Don't call it.
702, called on the 13th of August 2018 at 8:28 a.m. A 3-minute call. Meadows provided a screenshot of the contact entry, which shows this call and duration. Facebook Messenger messages between Shanann Watts and Meadows. Shanann reaches out to Meadows to tell her that she and Chris would like to talk with her about selling the house.
So this was on August 10th. Hey, love, how are you doing? Chris and I would like to talk to you about possibly selling the house. So this was not, everybody keeps saying, well, Shanann didn't want to sell the house. And, all right, where do you want to move? He's liking Brighton, possibly Fort Lupton. We can't move too far south because of his job. Brighton is closer to NK. Thinking that area. Got it. We just talked about it last night. We have thought about it off and on, but the construction behind us was holding us back. They have done a lot, or they have a lot of it done. But before I paint baby's room, I think it's better to see where we are at and options. My suggestion would be not to move too far out. The further you go, the more vulnerable your money is. Brighton might be the best if both worlds. Erie, so Brighton is good. We don't want to downsize for same price we are paying though. I think it might be better option than Fort Lupton. Keep in mind that when the market turns, the outer lying areas get hit first. Brighton might be the best. Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
House. She told Meadows that she was out of town until late Sunday. Meadows asked Shanann where they wanted to move. Shanann told her Chris, was talking about Brighton or Fort Lupton, stating they cannot move too far south due to his job. Shanann said they had just talked about it last night. She then said they have thought about it off and on, but the construction behind them was holding them back. They now have a lot of it done. Before Shanann paints the baby's room and more, she wanted to see where they are at and their options. Meadows suggested Brighton and Erie. Shanann said they do not want to downsize, for the same price they are paying though. On Friday 10:25 a.m. Shanann asked Meadows about Realtor.com or Zillow. Meadows suggested Recolorado.com as the best to look and said she would send her a phone app. On Saturday 10:05 a.m., Meadows messaged to suggest Shanann talk to one of Meadows' lenders. Shanann did not reply. Texts between Meadows and Chris Watts. Monday 12:27 p.m. Meadows texted Chris to tell him she was working on his market analysis and asked about upgrades to the house. Chris replied that the basement is still unfinished and there are no upgrades. Meadows asked about a comparable model in their neighborhood, and Chris agrees to drive by it when he gets home.
It's literally the same model.
Meadows says that it is under contract and she will call the realtor to see what is sold for to get a number. Meadows asked, is Shanann okay? She hasn't weighed in all day, Chris replied. She hasn't been around all day. It's very odd. Meadows replied that it is really weird and asked if he was worried. She asked if Chris has checked with Shanann's friends or called to report her missing. Chris told Meadows that he has done it all and the police are handling it now. Monday 5:47 p.m. Chris thanked Meadows. She asked if he drove by the comparable house.
Ha! I love that he goes, yeah, I just did. Yep, that's the exact model. After he murdered his family.
He said that he just did and that is the exact model. Meadows was waiting to hear back from the agent and then they could set a time to meet.
Wow. So this is the school, the follow-up at Primrose School.
Follow-up at Primrose School of Erie at Vista Ridge. On the 15th of August 18.
So this is, of course, where the girls went to school.
Colorado Bureau of Investigation, CBI, Agent Matthew Saylor, responded to Primrose School of Erie at Vista Ridge located at Ridgeview Drive in Erie, Colorado to conduct follow-up. Primrose School of Bella Watts and Celeste Watts, who did not show up for the first day of school on the 13th of August 18.
First day of school.
It was reported that their father, Chris Watts, called the school to advise they would not be attending.
Like, I want to know where his head was at. Like, what did you think that was the smartest thing to do? Oh, I can't find my family. Oh, by the way, I called the school and canceled because I knew that they weren't going to be there. Like, what? What are we doing, man?
Upon arrival at approximately 12:20 hours, I met with the owner, Chris Lang, and spoke with him in his office. Lang said that both Bella and Celeste had attended the school last year, and that their mother, Shanann Watts, had pulled them out for the summer because she was taking them to North Carolina for an extended trip.
Oh, was this like an all-year school kind of thing?
Lang said that both
Or was this the daycare?
girls were scheduled to start at the school again when the new year started on the 13th of August 18. Lang said that between 8 o'clock hours and 8:15 hours Shannon Meyer received a phone call from the girls' father, Chris Watts, stating they would not be attending the school.
He did this literally right after he had murdered his kids. And he wants freedom. He wants redemption. He wants empathy from others. He wants people to not look at him by this one moment of time. But yet, after he murdered, he called the school to cancel that or tell them that they wouldn't be like. And then there's people, Team Chris. Are you kidding?
Lang said that Chris then asked Meyer if the girls were at the school. Lang said,
What? So you called, told them that they're not going to be at school. Oh, by the way, are they there? What?
that Meyer was freaked out by the phone call and later reported it to police. Lang then brought in Kerry Wood, the director of the
This man was not smart enough to do this murder himself. He had to have had help. He can't even have a conversation like this.
school. Wood said Shanann's mother called between 8 o'clock and 8:30 hours to ask if the girls were in school. Wood said that Alba Orantes, the assistant director, then spoke with Shanann's mother midday. Wood asked Orantes what time it was they spoke. And Orantes called around 11:30 hours, again asking if the girls were dropped off. Wood said that she then spoke with Shanann's mother around 3 p.m. hours, again asking if the girls had been dropped off at the school. Wood advised her that they hadn't been, and the girls' grandmother told Wood that they were missing. I then spoke with Meyer by phone, speakerphone in the office. Meyer said that Chris called at about 8:15 a.m. on the 13th of August 18, and said that after he introduced himself she told him that they were expecting to see the girls starting at the school, and he replied that he was calling to let them know that the girls weren't going to start. He said he wasn't really sure what was going on yet, but that they were going to be moving and putting the house up for sale, and they were not sure if they were going to stay in this area.
But then he goes and asks, are they there?
Meyer responded with, "That's pretty crazy." Meyer said that Chris then asked, "The girls aren't there, are they?" Meyer said she told Chris no, she hadn't seen them, but to let her check and see if they were clocked in, and they were not clocked in. Chris said okay, and to put them down as
What a dum-dum.
not coming in, and Meyer asked if he wanted to be placed on a waiting list in case something changes. Chris replied that they might as well, but they weren't sure what was going on. Meyer told him to keep them updated, and that the teachers would be sad to not see the girls today. Chris thanked her and then hung up. Meyer said that Shanann's mother, she couldn't remember her name, called about an hour after Chris called, and spoke with Orantes. Meyer said that Shanann's mother called back around 11 to 11:30 hours and spoke with her. Meyer said that Shanann's mother said that she was Shanann's mom and that everything was fine, and not to tell anyone that she called. She said, "Don't tell anyone that I called. And excuse me for caring, don't worry about anything."
She probably didn't want Chris knowing that Sandra was calling around.
Meyer said that she told Shanann's mom that she was glad everything was okay and that she was glad that they were able to talk to Shanann, and Shanann's mother was hurried and hung up. Meyer said Shanann's mother called back again and spoke with Wood around 3 p.m. I asked Meyer about Shanann's mother stating excuse me for caring, and Meyer said that she assumed that she had spoken with Chris, who became upset that she had called the school. asked Maya if they told Chris that Shanann's mother had called and she said no. The only time anyone at the school talked to Chris that day was when he called in the morning. I asked Maya about Chris's demeanor when he called and she said he seemed normal, but she was surprised that the girls weren't coming back. Maya said she suspected that they weren't really moving, and that was just an excuse. Maya said it was strange, because they had just spoken with Shanann recently and everyone was excited about the girls coming back to the school. Maya said it was strange to suddenly get a call from Chris stating the girls weren't coming back. Maya said she didn't notice anything strange in Chris's demeanor, but thought that it was strange that he asked if the girls were there. I
Yeah, that's
asked
weird.
Maya if Chris was the one who typically called the school and dealt with school
No.
issues and she said no. Shanann did the majority of the pickups and drop-offs. Maya said that Chris did come to the school, but Shanann was the primary communicator. I asked Maya who would normally call the school if the girls were sick or something similar and she replied that Shanann normally would. Wood then told me about her conversation with Shanann's mom at around 3 p.m., and said that she asked if Shanann had ever dropped the girls off, and Wood told her no. Shanann's mother said that they were missing. Lang said it was a surprise to find that the girls weren't going to be starting. He said that they had been attending the school since March of 2017. Lang said that the school has never had any problems with the girls or Shanann or Chris. Lang said that with the girls being gone for the summer, they haven't seen them recently to notice any recent changes. Lang said that Maya thought the phone call from Chris was very strange and wanted to call the police right away. Lang said he told her to wait until they knew something, and as soon as they heard that Shanann and the girls were reported missing they called the police. I left my business card with Lang
At least somebody has a head on their shoulders.
and asked them to contact me if they had any additional information. End of report. My thoughts. This statement has me wondering. Maya said that she told Shanann's mom that she was glad everything was okay and that she was glad that they were able to talk to Shanann.
That's a little weird.
Okay, so who spoke to Shanann? When? Did Shanann's mom tell them she had spoken to Shanann? Also this one. Wood then told me about her conversation with Shanann's mom at around 3 p.m., and said that she asked if Shanann had ever dropped the girls off. I'm sure Shanann's mom would know Shanann took the girls to school in the past, as they went after Chris would have left to go to work, so who else would have taken them? I don't understand why she would ask this.
Weird. It's definitely very weird that Chris would call and be like, "Oh, we're gonna take them out of school. Oh, by the way, are they there?" That that doesn't make sense. But that little part right there with the mom, I don't think it's anything of a concern. It's just kind of like, I think Shanann's mom was also really like frantically upset, and she's trying to figure things out by calling also in between with this call, calling Nicole Atkinson and probably calling other people and then trying to figure out where her daughter is and where her grandbabies are. So she's probably in a hurry because of that. This one is the John Tuckwiller. I don't even know who this person is, but we're about to find out.
FBI agent Philip Jones interviewed John Tuckwiller. The 15th of August 2018, Tuckwiller was interviewed at his place of employment, Anadarko Petroleum Corporation.
Okay.
Agent Greg Zentner, Colorado Bureau of Investigation, was also present during the course of the interview. After being advised of the identities of the interviewing agents and the nature of the interview, Tuckwiller provided the following information. Tuckwiller is the supervisor of Anadarko's Operations Center.
Ooh.
He is familiar with Christopher Watts, but Tuckwiller recommended interviewing agents speak with Watts' supervisor, Luke Epple, and other co-workers for additional information regarding Watts.
Which we have watched those. Links, or not the links are in the description, but if you click on my crime court cases and all that stuff, the playlist, and anything that has a red border around it is an interview of the Chris Watts people.
Anadarko maintains approximately 1,200 to 1,500 batteries, or oil production sites, in geographical area generally constrained by Greeley to the north, Interstate 470 to the south, Interstate 76 to the east and Interstate 25 to the west. These sites vary between exploration and production, E&P, and midstream. Midstream sites are
But isn't it ironic that Chris he has all these different batteries, and the one that was scheduled for demolition was Survey 319 in September, yet he could have chose anywhere else, and people think I'm stupid for thinking that Survey 319 was going to be demolished when it was scheduled for September. So if he put them in there and it was destroyed, nothing would ever came from it. It would have been abandoned. But then later on in December, then Survey 319 was actually destroyed. Wow, but I'm crazy. Okay.
manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. E&P sites are further divided into vertical and horizontal sites. Vertical sites are the older type of the two, and Watts worked as a field supervisor at vertical sites. Anadarko has approximately 400 cameras in service, of which approximately 200 are located in the parking lot and vicinity immediately around Anadarko's Platteville office. The remaining cameras are in place at major batteries. Anadarko has had issues with individuals entering oil production sites and committing lewd and/or destructive acts, so Anadarko placed a small number of game cameras at some sites, perhaps 5 to 10.
And they did say, I can't remember where I found it, but there was one camera at Survey 319. But miraculously, it's gone, removed, taken away. But what was that? I can't remember where I found that, but it said one camera was installed at Survey 319. That's why there was a solar panel there, or one of the reasons why. It also was because of the meter and I just can't believe the people that would sit there and be like, "Oh, Wookiee's coming up with stuff again." Like it's in the Discovery. I gotta look through the Discovery again.
These cameras are not serviced. Batteries are not typically access controlled beyond simple secured gates. These locking mechanisms do not keep a log of access times or persons accessing the sites. Some newer facilities may monitor access in and out and have cameras, but most sites do not maintain records of entry or exit of personnel. Vertical sites are generally managed by exception. Operators maintaining vertical sites are given a certain number of wells to maintain, and these sites are typically seen approximately every few days to once a week in order to ensure proper function. Operators work different types of shifts. Some may work 7 days on and 7 days off, or 8 days on and 6 days off. A typical work day may be 10 hours
Chris was the 8 days on, 6 days off.
or more. Anadarko work trucks are equipped with GPS monitoring. Tukwila was not sure of the frequency in which GPS updates in relation to a vehicle's location, but he believed it may update every 1 to 10 minutes. Anadarko uses a service called GeoTab. This service tracks information to include, but not limited to, seat belt use, hard acceleration and deceleration and speed. Work truck is limited to work-related tasks. Operators also utilize a messaging application called GroupMe to send and receive messages to other crews and the operations center regarding tasks, locations, and other work-related information. GroupMe is typically accessed by employees' work telephones. Luke Eppel is currently Watts supervisor.
I still think it's kind of funny that of all the wells or locations that Chris Watts had, the one that was going to be demolished, Survey 319, that's the one he chose. Just saying. Just saying. So this video is the Centura Health Physician Group Center. I'm guessing this is where Shanann was supposed to go.
Follow-up on Shanann Watts's missed doctor's appointment. On the 15th of August 18, Colorado investigation, CBI, Agent Matthew Saylor, responded to Centura Health Physician Group, A Vista Family Medicine, located at 611 Mitchell Way, Erie, Colorado, to follow up on information we had received that Shanann Watts missed an appointment there on the 13th of August 18. Upon arrival at approximately 11:45 hours, I contacted Susie Schnell at the front desk. Schnell confirmed that Watts had an appointment scheduled for the 13th of August 18 at 9:15 hours, and that Watts did not arrive for that appointment.
9:15.
Schnell advised me that the appointment was for standard gender and genetic testing with Dr. Stephanie Traver of the women's health side of the clinic. Schnell explained that half of the clinic is dedicated to general practice, and the other half was dedicated to obstetrics and gynecology. Schnell told me that the appointment had been previously scheduled for the 8th of August 18 and the 9th of August 18. Schnell said that the previous appointments had been cancelled and rescheduled by Watts, as opposed to the appointment on the 13th
And when I think they mean Watts, I think they mean Shanann Watts.
of August 18, for which Watts did not show or call. Dr. Traver was not currently in the office. Schnell advised me that Watts was also a patient of Dr. Scott Darude on the general practice side of the clinic, but had not been seen by him since October of 2017. Dr. Darude was not currently in the office. Schnell advised that she could not provide any additional information, as it would be a
HIPAA.
violation of the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA. Schnell provided me with the name of the manager of the general practice side of the clinic, Emma Pospisil, and of the women's health side, Ann Knowles. Schnell suggested I contact them for any additional information. I left voice messages for both Pospisil and Knowles with my contact information, requesting a phone call back. On the 16th of August 18 at approximately 1 p.m. hours I received a phone call from Pospisil. Pospisil advised she was not able to provide any additional information, as it would be a violation of HIPAA. As of the time of I have not received communication from Knowles. End of report.
They probably would have known later on that Shanann was no longer with us. So this video is on the sheets. I'm doing the small videos that this person has, just to say that we've watched it, we used it. Can we gain anything from it? Probably not. But there's definitely some eyebrows raised on a couple of these videos.
The sheet and pillowcases found in Chris Watts' trash.
Yeah, that this idiot put in the garbage. Like, this is one of the dumbest criminals, and you're telling me that he had the smarts, or not the smarts, but the ideas to put it in Survey 319. How would he know that Survey 319 was going to be demolished? Could be safety and all that stuff that Nicole was in charge of.
I have thought a lot about the sheet and pillowcases found in the trash.
And how he had to wash Bella and Celeste's bed. Like, it never made sense. Or the whole thing with Nicole stating something with the sheets, that they smelled bad. Was it because he was washed, or instead he washed them, or he threw them away? Like, there's the little things that Nicole would say that didn't make sense until we kind of like bring this up. The sheets, Nicole said something about the sheets being smell bad. Like, what does that mean? Like, there's some connection. I just don't know what it is.
I can't understand why a sheet was left at Survey 319, but these items were brought back and placed in the trash.
The one that goes around the box spring was the one that was around Shanann, I do believe. Or what do they call that? The fitted sheet? I could be wrong. But
why would only these and
then this idiot goes and throws these away. Like, I just can't with this man.
not all of them be brought back? This has played on my mind for a long time because it just doesn't make sense to me.
I think this looks like lips right here. Do you see the lip? The lip, you know, the lip pieces right here? You see that right here on the top and bottom. I think this is makeup, like foundation or something like that. I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. So
I have wondered if this sheet was used for the girls prior to the one that was used for Shanann. Were the girls taken to Survey 319 on Sunday? Were they suffocated with this sheet and
No,
pillowcases?
their blanket
Did the girls die at home?
that he threw away.
Suffocated in their beds with the pillows once inside these pillowcases. Concealed in the sheet to be taken to Survey 319. We have had no answers from Chris regarding any of this. Today I was listening to Chris's prison confession and I believe...
You know what I wish they would do with these sheets? You know what that image that's been going around where they look at the shroud that was used on Jesus, the one that was over. The reason why they can see it because blood had seeped through the cloth. Couldn't they? I mean, there's no blood, but couldn't they technically do this like underneath a light, where they have the light table and then they put this on top and it like shines through, or they can take like that. I just feel like that they could have looked at these images. Maybe I'll put them in the like different contrasts and see if I can change the exposure and stuff just to see if I can see anything.
Leave he slips up. Have a listen.
That the same thing that happened to me, Cece. And then I said, I don't even remember what I said.
Okay.
I don't know if I just said yes, like a horrible person, or if I just put that blanket over her too and did the same thing. Put that blanket over her too and did the same thing.
I heard the sheet. Instead, he said blank. That's a good catch there, Footsteps of Murder.
Did you hear that? He was going to say put that sheet over her and did the same thing. This could answer the fact the girls did go to Survey 319 before Shanann came home, and that's why the sheets were brought back. Shanann the next morning.
So they're saying that he murdered the girls, took them out there, came back, murdered Shanann, and then went back. I don't know about that one.
The sheet for her was left because he could have ran out of time, and threw the sheet when he saw others coming, or he just didn't care. He was maybe going to recover it later so it wasn't sat in his truck while his workmates were around. What do you think?
That's an interesting one. I've never heard that one before. The girls were alive because we see them, you see that little shadow, and then he goes down to pick them up, and then you see him carrying out something in his hands. There's other people that believe that the girls were in somebody else's hands. I mean, but this definitely interesting. Like, what do you mean? Well, on all those videos that we just watched, when it came to the 2 to 10 minute long clips that this person has on their YouTube channel, very puzzling, very interesting. There's the things that are like the lazy dog. Why don't we have cameras that are not able to record? That's ridiculous. We have things called the cloud. You should be able to keep recordings up to 30 days. And the way that you have to receive video surveillance videos, it's like it takes forever, and it's like I don't understand people's rights and businesses and so forth, but come on, it's going to take weeks to get sometimes. But their cameras didn't even work. They were live, but that was about it. I mean, ours at our business here, ours are recording 24/7. So if anybody thinks that they're going to come by my house and throw something at my house, or the threats that I've gotten on my house that they're going to burn it down, like, it's ridiculous sometimes. So I have my cameras looking around 24/7 and recording to the cloud. And then each day I watch it. If nothing happens, I delete it. I don't watch the whole thing, but I literally take my paddle and I move it to the side to see if any cars come up. And if anybody cars come up, whoop, I'll look at it. If I get death threats and all that stuff, and it comes to, I'm protecting myself and my family. So I have cameras galore. But again, comment your thoughts down below. Don't forget to obviously use the like button if you would please do so. It helps other people know that this video is enjoyable to watch. Share with your friends, your families, or anybody you guys know. And of course, the subscribe button. It's free to do. It's easy to do. And you just gotta just click it. You click your mouse tons of time. You touch your phone tons of time. So just do it one more time over Zawoki's subscribe button. And I thank you guys for all being here. Please take care, be safe. As always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys next time.